Well,
Hey!
so Renegade podcast episode 9?
Numero nino.
9.
Nine? Yeah, nine.
9. Cool. We're all just saying no in German. On this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about Zombieland 2. We're going to be talking about Blizzard raising tons of money. Hoi is back and going to be playing Frostpunk and telling us about a boxing anime, apparently.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's not Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, she's got Monster Hunter news as well.
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
get back to Monster Hunter.
We'll dip into that as well.
Well, first things first, we should introduce ourselves again, isn't
Yes,
it?
it's just let's go down the line. And with the news that Zombieland 2 is finally into production.
Yeah, damn right. It took its time.
It did. Let's go down the line. Tell me who you are and tell me what is your zombie plan.
Well, I'm Scott, and I don't know. It depends on where I am. When are we talking shuffling zombies or 28-day later zombies?
Oh.
Because I think that needs to be answered.
Let's go shuffling zombie.
Shuffling zombies, I've got a better chance at because I don't think I'll make it in the 28 days later zombies.
No, me neither. Not gonna happen.
But shuffling zombies, I would, if I was at work, I would find a way to get back to London first to find Joe, because I'm that kind of guy. I know, right? But if I had Joe, the first thing I'd do is probably get a bicycle, because bicycles are the best transport in zombie apocalypse. They require no fuel but yourself, and they're quick and quiet, and you can take them cross country.
Yeah, but if you hit like a blockade of zombies, you're fucked.
Yeah, you turn around and go the other way. You're on a bike. They're not going to catch you.
Yeah, they've got the turning circle of a barge.
A bike?
Yeah.
A pedal bike?
You have to like.
But it's very common. I mean, like,
Turning circle of a barge. If you see a blockade of zombies coming towards you, I'm going to slow down. If I wanted, I could stop, turn the bike around, and go the other way in seconds, mate. Bike is the best transport vehicle ever.
Wait, if you're saying it's a bike, is it going to be like a tandem bike with you and Joe paddling at the same time?
No way, no. She's on her own bike. And I would go...
A sidecar for her.
Huh?
Like a little sidecar.
Yeah. I'd go straight into the country and find like a little lodge or a little cottage or something, and turn on all the running water and stuff in case the water stopped. I thought about this, by the way.
And really thought about it.
And then you go find like a really old little village somewhere that has a little supermarket with shutters on the front, and then you got all the food you need, and you're sorted. And you got your bike ready to go if you get overrun. So there you go.
All right. I'm Hoi. In my case, I mean, I'm similar to Scott. I would grab my sister, actually, because she's the only family I have here in London. So I'd grab her for sure. I don't know what we would actually do. I mean, we need to find a place, find food and water. I mean, there's like a giant asset right opposite where I live. So that's handy. I mean, neither of us can drive, but we can ride bicycles as well. So
there you go. And there you go.
The bicycle wins this time, I have to say. And there's a sports direct there, so if anything, I can grab like a racket or a baseball bat and at least use that to defend myself.
No, you've got to go traditional. You've got to go cricket bat.
Yeah.
You've got to go cricket bat.
What's in the shed?
I don't think they have bats, so... Oh well, but yeah.
So I'm Stuart, and see, I've realised upon reading this that I need a new zombie plan.
Yeah, you're dead.
My old zombie plan was I was going to go to work because I used to work up in the Shard, and so it's high up. There's food, water, tons of alcohol.
No way out though.
And I'd be happy to die there.
Well, in the Shard, I'd like to not die. You know?
Eating lobsters.
Exactly. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down eating lobster.
What happens when the power goes out and you can't cook anything, and all you got is raw food?
Well, then you break the window and you parachute down.
Oh, come on, parachute down. You are screwed,
he
mate.
He has stoves and pots, right? He could like start a fire in the kitchen and then like roast something there, I guess.
No. So you start a fire, right? the fire system kicks in, floods the kitchen. You break a window, ride it down.
Right, yeah.
You ride the wave
It's
down.
at least you didn't die from
without the
zombies.
electricity.
I will be the only person in the zombie apocalypse not to die of zombie causes. I'll just die of my own stupidity.
Gravity.
Well, that's one way to go.
Yep, exactly. I'm not going down by zombie. I'm going down by Darwin.
See, I know I wouldn't survive the 28 days later zombies though, because
we'd all be screwed.
No.
I did a zombie run in London, and I learned something. Going, oh, you know, I've played loads of zombie games. I love zombies. I know what to do. I'll be fine. And I went, and I was woefully underprepared for how much running I needed to do. I didn't get caught. I actually survived, which was nice.
Did you hide in a cupboard like a little girl?
No. I just ran so much that yeah. When was the last time you ever ran so much you were like you felt sick?
When I went to the gym last.
Right, there you go.
So about 6 months ago.
Yeah, I ran so much to the point of I just didn't want to do anything else. I would have rather have died. than it was awful.
It was just doing the zombie apocalypse. Just screw it. Just kill me.
It was just I was running out of desperation. It was just out of fear and desperation. That was enough like adrenaline to get me away, but then it hit me like a truck afterwards. I did buy a cornetto from the little shop afterwards, and I felt a little bit better.
That's the thing. Like, when I first moved to London, the first flat I lived in was down the road from the Winchester.
Oh, nice.
Down the road
from the actual Winchester.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
cool.
It wasn't a pub anymore. They turned it into like some little flats, but it still maintained the same. No, it still looks like the Winchester on the outside.
Yeah, but you'd want to go in and have a pint, surely.
Have a lock-in, you know.
See if the dog looks up.
So carrying on zombies.
Yep.
On to the news. Zombieland 2 has finally been. Has it been greenlit? Is it in production? What's the news on that?
I think it's finally come out, isn't it? It's finally being filmed. No, not out, but it's being filmed, right?
Where are we?
I mean, release date on 2019, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah. And all the full cast is signed on. Yeah, there you go.
So Jesse Eisenberg. What's his face?
Tallahassee.
Yeah. His name?
Tallahassee, not Tallahassee.
Where is it? Hang on, it's on there somewhere.
He's lost
it. Doesn't have it.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that. That's awesome.
Woody Harrelson.
That's the one.
Yeah. I wonder if Emma Stone's coming back.
Ooh. She's very pretty.
She's very pretty. Or Bill Murray.
Bill Murray died, remember?
It's a zombie apocalypse. You have zombie Bill Murray.
He died from a shotgun.
He could have been bitten by a zombie afterwards.
They buried him.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? No, they didn't bury him. They just pushed him off the roof.
Did they?
Yeah, they rolled him off on a carpet and pushed him off the roof.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
And then they fired a shotgun.
Love that film.
I need to rewatch that film.
Mm.
Is it on? I think it's on Netflix.
I don't think it is, but it's a very, very good film.
I know it was on Netflix. Yeah, I need to rewatch that. That was good.
But yeah, no. I love the way it was filmed. I love the little rules and all the. Let's see that guy, Jesse Eisenberg's character. He definitely knows how to survive. He's played a lot of 7 days. Yeah, he's played a lot of 7 days, a lot of Left 4 Dead, Resident Evils. He knows what to do.
Double tap. Was it double tap? Cardio.
Never go into the bathroom alone.
Yeah,
always check the back seat. Buckle up.
Yep. I can't remember any others. I remember the last one was enjoy the little things.
That was the last rule added, wasn't it? Yeah.
Enjoy the little things. I wonder if they're gonna have any more zombie kill of the week.
Yeah, the old woman with the piano.
Yeah.
That's good. This is a good film, actually.
Yeah. I remember I took a girlfriend to that on a first date once.
Oh man.
I was like, it's gonna be like a nice sort of comedy movie. Didn't expect it to be that graphic. Let's go with that.
Did the lights come on and you were on your own?
No, but she did not like it.
Really?
Let's go with that. No, it wasn't.
She's obviously not the one for you then. She didn't like it.
No,
get out of there.
Still a friend though. That was, we look back at it now and laugh.
Not at the film.
Yeah, just general rule. So Sony is ending production of physical Vita games.
Oh,
As someone who owns a Vita,
I own a Vita.
yeah.
No.
You two are like part of the 5 owners of a Vita.
Shut up! I didn't think it was great. I loved it.
I stand behind the Vita. As
Yeah,
a good
100%.
purchase.
We had Persona 4 Golden. To be honest, that was worth just buying the console for.
Persona 4 Golden, complete backwards compatibility with the PSP games as well, and the PS1 and PS3 games. You could play them.
I had loads of games on mine actually. I think that's one of the editions of Final Fantasy VII among the many editions of Final Fantasy VII that's everywhere else that I own. But I'm sure I have a save file of that somewhere on Vita.
I think that was the one where I almost finished Final Fantasy X.
The re-release came out on it, didn't it? Yeah.
I almost finished Final Fantasy X on the Vita.
To be honest, that's something, it's a shame that it didn't kick off as much as it did, but to be able to play, like, Final Fantasy X was the reason I asked for a PlayStation 2 for my birthday.
No.
I know. And getting it on a handheld,
it was awesome.
It's just one of the best things ever. Love Final Fantasy X.
I'm trying to think, like, there was a bunch of Vita games I went back to. Gravity Rush.
Never played it.
Really good.
No, I heard good things though.
I had a huge beef with it when it first launched because, so one of the mechanics was that, like, you stop gravity, you sort of float up, aim where you're going to go, and then re-enable gravity, and you like shoot down to there. But one of the major beefs I had with it was that when it launched, you had to use the stupid motion-y controls.
Oh.
So I'm sat on the bus on my way to work doing this.
There was, yeah, you were that guy.
And then they added an update later that you're like, right, you just use the analog sticks. It's fine.
I can't remember. There was one game. I can't remember what it was. It was either because I had a lot of the Japanese. It wasn't region locked, was it? So I had like Japanese Gundam games that I just imported across because I love playing the arcade games, and they used the touch back panel on it.
Yeah,
I didn't, because the game was not in a lick of English. But you could kind of get around it once you learned the controls. You were like, okay, so this is dodge, this is shoot, yeah, okay, melee. And then your character would do something weird, and I'm like, what is that? And now I was just touching it with the back of my fingers, and it's like, that was a stupid design, actually.
there was a game on it. I think it was called Freedom Wars.
Yep, I loved that game.
It was brilliant.
Really, really good. Yeah. Really good game. I bet loads of people haven't heard of it.
Because I had like it was not really Monster Hunter-esque.
It was like, did you ever play Godzilla?
No.
Okay. It's kind of hard to display. But a typical JRPG.
Yeah.
But had Monster Hunter kind of scenarios where there was like either a giant monster would come and you and your team that you could pick would go and fight it. There were like different weapons and stuff. You could go like range or you could go melee. It had a really good story as well.
Yeah.
And then you could play like PvP as well, but in like
I didn't do any PvP.
You could play offline PvP with just against the AI.
Don't think I touched that.
But it was really good. Good story overall. It had a really cool like grapple mechanic, didn't it, with the whip?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
And then you could
like Attack on Titan-esque.
Yeah,
you could
that's how you got like took armor off bosses and stuff like that by like ripping it off with the whip, and that was cool.
Could, like, dismantle the enemy because they were all like big robots, and so you could like cut off an arm and like carve that up, but the monster would still be going just with only one arm.
I think I went back to it and I was like, it was one of those games where I was like, I'm gonna like really pay attention. The story was like colonies, they would kidnap people.
Yeah,
because people were the biggest commodity or something. I mean, it was really messed up, but really, really good, really good game.
I like, upon seeing that news story, I feel like digging out my Vita again.
Right.
And like going back to a few games. Like, did you ever play the Persona dancing game?
Yes, I own it, a physical copy, and I love it. And I'm looking forward to Persona 5 Dancing All Night. Not so much free.
Wait, doesn't the Persona game use the touchpad on the backside as?
You can disable it though. I disabled it for my Persona 4 dance game. Yeah.
Yeah, because someone at work had it, and then he's like, "Here, give it a try." And I was like, I can't reach at the back because my hands are too small. And I was like, can't reach the bank. It's like, how do I do this kind of thing? So I was like, yeah, it's not for me.
Funnily enough, I had the best when I went to Japan on our honeymoon. I took Persona with us, and when we went on the bullet train, and we were just sitting there for a while, I got the Vita out. I was like, I'm going to play some Persona. A guy saw me playing and kind of went and smiled and went, yeah. And I was like, this instant connection with this random Japanese businessman. And he was like, yeah, I like Persona, but obviously language barrier. And it was like, cool. Now it's awkward.
It's like,
Now it's weird. I remember I got stuck on Persona 4 Golden. And I remember exactly when it was as well. Because I was at Barcraft that night. It was the launch of StarCraft 2, one of the expansions. They had like a big launch night at a pub.
Can I take a guess on where you got stuck?
Go on.
Shadow Kanji?
Yep.
Ha!
Yep. Yep. I got stuck on that for 6 months.
Scrub Killer.
wow.
He's hard.
6 months. I got
You didn't
stuck.
train enough.
No. I was like, oh, this is nice, and like got stuck on a few bits, like
Yeah.
stuck on it for a week, and then Kanji just wrecked me.
There was like through that entire game, it's like you kind of plod along, going, yeah. It's like now and then it's a bit of a tough fight, and you keep going, and you're like, yeah. If you don't train by the time you get to Kanji's dungeon, that's it.
You're screwed.
Right,
You're
wipe.
absolutely
And then
screwed.
it's like, hey, and there's nothing worse than going into a dungeon and not being able to complete the task you're there to do in one night. Because otherwise it's just a waste. You're getting there to like level and stuff, but I usually try to get it done on the first day, and that frees up all your time to do
like,
social link
the
stuff
social
later.
stuff,
But
Do
yeah,
they
no,
have the
you
social stuff in Persona 5.
yeah, you need to go and play Persona 5.
I do. I've got so much on my list.
I will lend it to you.
No, a friend of mine has
I
added
can
more
lend it
the
to
list
you
as
too.
well.
I finished it.
Ugh. I've got so like,
It's a
a
good
friend of mine
game.
has challenged me to do not all the Kingdom Hearts, but like get a decent way through 1 and 2 before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
No, you finished Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you scrub.
All right, fine.
You've got time. It's not going to come out for like another 4 years, so don't worry about
No,
it.
they've announced that they're announcing the release date at E3.
Yeah, so 2019,
Yeah,
guaranteed. It's not happening.
No, December 31st, 2018.
Yeah, all right.
It's coming out on New Year's Eve.
What 2019? Yeah.
Yeah. So Steam games. So Steam is coming to your phone.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work.
Yeah. So it's going through the whole Steam Link system that they've got with the little Steam Link boxes you can get that plug into your TV.
Didn't do
So
very
that-
well. They finally stopped production on them.
They stopped production. I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
they've. I read that they've stopped production on it because it didn't
My-
sell as well as they wanted.
My sister's got one.
Right.
At her place, and we use it quite a lot because they've got all their PCs upstairs. And then
So do they turn it on the PC? Let me ask her. You turn it. You plug it into your TV. You
Yep.
turn your PC on.
Yep.
And then you can on the little game cartridge. You then choose to play your game, and it runs it from the your PC.
it streams it from the PC onto the screen downstairs. So they have like all the Jackbox games and stuff. Like we play those when we go over to hers.
Right.
So instead of having to haul the computer downstairs, or us all having to cram upstairs in the in the small study area they've got,
Yeah.
you just stream it down onto the TV. So it's good for stuff like that. It's good for games that you don't need good reaction times on, like party games and stuff like that. So, no, not a fan.
It just sounds pointless. And surely just buy a console if you just want to play a little party game.
Well, yeah, but if you've already bought it, you don't want to buy it again.
Yeah, but you want to pay a little, like half the price of a console that you can get now for a machine that lets you stream it. And if you don't have good connection, then you're screwed anyway, right?
You can put it through wired, so it doesn't just go through wires. You can put it through wired.
So you wire the box from your living room upstairs.
So the PC.
So you get a wired internet connection. So you're not just running through wireless internet. It's still running.
So
on
if
a
your internet
connection.
goes down, you're screwed then.
Well, yeah, but if your internet goes down on your console, you're screwed.
Not really. Play it offline.
Not really.
You can't play.
What if you're playing an offline game downstairs on your TV? Internet goes. You're screwed.
There are uses.
You messed up.
Oh.
I'm out.
Yeah. Anyway, so how does it work? How does the mobile thing work?
So I'm guessing the mobile thing works the same way. So you'll just stream the games from your PC onto your phone. I don't think it's going to work.
Can't imagine many phones being able to hand PC games.
No.
Unless you're talking like little tiny little MOBAs or I don't know.
I have no idea.
Weird.
I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. Like, if they've worked out some way around it, then yay. But
unless they're talking like top range phones. I mean, obviously Razer released a gaming phone recently. And that's meant to be through the roof. Like not much for like mobile games yet, but you know, if we've got the technology to make a decent gaming phone, like how long will we wait before we start playing AAA titles on our phones?
Well, there are people playing PUBG and Fortnite on your phone.
Yeah,
you know, that's crazy. I was gonna say something.
I don't know that it kind of loses the novelty of having a game on a big screen, isn't it? Sure, you can take your phone anywhere you want and play it then, but like I'd rather just be at home and sit in front of the big TV and play, isn't it?
The one advantage I'm seeing, which is actually something I was going to say with the Vita, was one thing I used it for, was the remote play with the PS4. Like if someone else was using the TV or like,
I don't think I ever used it.
I did. It actually worked quite well. I used to play it in the bath. You know, I just lie in the bath, and just, you know, Vita out.
I'm finding out so much about you tonight. This is great. Stuart plays the Vita in the bath. Yeah.
I used to. I had to, right.
There were some candles and the rose petals, yeah.
Dim the light.
Bubbly.
Whack on the Vita. He's in.
I remember because there were so many doors and walls between where my PlayStation was and the bath that I had to move the PlayStation to the edge of the desk. Just
so that you can play your Vita in the bath.
Yeah. Come on.
First world problems right there.
A little bit. But it was worth it. Like, I'm sat in the bath playing, I think I played Uncharted or something. Like, I was just sat in the bath, I was like, yeah.
To be honest, it sounds nice.
It was.
I mean, as long as we don't have to share a bath.
Yeah, you never know.
Could be an added bonus.
I know, right?
But to be fair, I think that's where mobile phones are going. It's like when you get your mobile phone, will that be the end of age of like handheld consoles? The Switch, the Vita, you know, the DS, all of that's is that gone or?
I don't know.
The thing is that with the Switch, it's part of Nintendo's brand, isn't it? So Nintendo is never gonna say like, oh yeah, we want to put our games onto the mobile phone, and therefore making their consoles obsolete, isn't it? I mean, it was literally the Switch that really saved them from going downhill, isn't it?
Right. The Switch and titles like Monster Hunter and stuff like that.
Well, we got Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate coming out on the Switch soon.
Yeah.
No, that's Monster Hunter X Ultimate.
Double X or whatever it's called.
Super Giga Edition.
With G rank quests now because reasons.
Yep.
And a crap ton of monsters.
Right. Hoy's getting a Switch, right?
Has she not got one? Yeah, you will.
I haven't got one. I mean, I had no reason to buy a Switch really because there are no games that really interest me to buy. I was just one game.
Darkest Dungeon.
Console.
That's the thing. It's one game.
I have Darkest Dungeon on my laptop and on PS4
but now you can lose hope and despair on handheld.
No.
Yeah, another console.
But
give me money, then I'll buy it.
I got the Switch and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play like 2 or 3 games on it and like keep a small library on the Switch and just like finish a game, rotate it out. And the amount of games I've got on the Switch now is mental. It gives me out. I was like, oh, that's on the Switch. Sweet. I'll get on Switch.
Yeah.
I'll play it on the go.
I bought a couple of little indie titles on there. I was just like, oh, that looks fun. And now I've got 10 indie titles sitting on my Switch. I'm like, cool. What am I doing now? I need to go back and finish Xenoblade. Yeah, Xenoblade.
One game that I shouldn't be excited for, but the trailers have actually made me kind of. It's Mario Tennis.
Oh.
I don't know why, but that game.
You've not even got kids yet, man.
I know. I don't know why, but that game just looks fun. It's like Okay, have you played on the Switch?
I
It's
see
only
Scott
on the
losing
Switch,
all
right?
respect for Stuart.
I didn't have that much to begin with, and now it's just.
Ooh,
I
harsh.
tell you what, though, I thought of you recently, Stuart, only just
Oh, yeah.
because I saw a Switch release title for the next few months of just random games,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's done by the same people who did Overcooked, but in a situation of FTL. So it's spaceship top down.
Ooh.
Go on.
Four people play. 4 people on the one spaceship, and you get random things happen. So like another spaceship might attack, or meteors might hit your spaceship, and you have to run to different sections of the ship to kind of do stuff.
This
But
sounds
obviously, you can
fantastic.
bump into the other
Ooh.
people and stuff like that. I don't
What's it
know if
called?
it's the same developer. I can't remember.
I don't think it is because I looked at them recently to see
Right.
what they were doing, and they didn't have anything in mind.
Okay, it might be a different developer, but it
Yeah.
looks to be the same
Wonder,
sort of
'cause
thing.
that sounds right up my alley.
Is
So-
it the same
I
people
love
like
Chaos games.
cutesy and stuff?
Yeah, it looks really like cartoony. It looks basically like
Yeah,
Overcooked. And the reason
Oh,
why,
is it-
because the character design looked like the same thing. So
Is it like-
I assumed it was the same developer. He's
I'd love
in
in
it now.
Space or something like that. Yeah. Because I've seen like a YouTuber play it with his wife,
Yeah.
and it's really funny because they keep bumping into each other in the
Is it
spaceship
called,
and finally trying to pilot and
Is it
shooting.
called Keep Your
at the same
Ship
time.
Together?
Sorry?
Maybe.
Is it called Keep Your Ship Together? Oh no, Catastronauts.
Maybe. I couldn't. I don't know what it's called, man.
I think I found. Yeah, it looks a bit like Overcooked. Coming to the Switch. It's also coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay.
And let me have a look at this trailer. It's like a minute long.
Oh,
that's
man.
all.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on while you're quickly looking into that. So where are we now? So Blizzard's charity event, the new Mercy skin,
Oh,
has now
yeah.
raised over $10 million so far.
Yeah.
How long is that still running
Well
for?
done.
This looks amazing.
he finally saw the trailer.
So are you
I
gonna
can
get
see
it?
him and Bobby playing that one for sure. Look at it.
That looks brilliant. Oh, that's a must buy. That is. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
you gonna
pointing
get
that
it?
in my direction? Hell yeah. That's a day one purchase for me. That looks brilliant.
So probably Stuart's gonna get that.
Hell
But
yeah.
the
For sure.
$10 million is pretty good for
Yeah.
pretty
That's
good cause.
the Pink Mercy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've only got to the 21st, so it's coming up
Yeah,
now.
it runs.
It ends tomorrow.
ends tomorrow.
Ends tomorrow. The
Um,
21st is your last day to get it.
Yep, Bobby got it like on release day.
Yeah,
and
I
she's-
still need to
she's
pick up
been
mine
spamming
actually.
Mercy since just playing that skin.
It's
um,
like
I look-
It's not just
I-
a skin because they did like charity streams and they also have like a special like t-shirt design, I think,
Yeah.
which is for $30 and stuff. I mean,
And-
it all adds up. And well done to Blizzard for actually raising almost
Yeah.
$10 million.
and when did
or-
they start it? They started it like it's only been a month, really. Yeah, so it's
It's been a month already.
No, it wasn't a month. It was about a week ago. 2 weeks?
started on
1,
May
2
the 8th.
weeks.
May the 8th.
May the 8th ends on May 21st. So
So talking about Overwatch, I just look over and Bobby's playing Overwatch.
there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty good going.
Yeah.
I think Blizzard's definitely one of the companies that's got their head screwed on. They know what they know what they've
Whoa.
Hey.
What's up with
Whoa.
Scott webcam? Whoa. Scott
right.
taking
I can
max
see that
headroom.
with me. I'm getting possessed.
Skynet is signing
There you go,
up.
bro.
Um,
Max headroom for a second.
but yeah, no, it's I think that's
They've
pretty.
got the anniversary starting this week.
Yes,
So it starts on Tuesday with the Tuesday patch.
there was a bunch of leaked costume design and stuff. They're
Yes.
bringing all
Yeah,
the old
I
costume
think
stuff
all of them
back.
already leaked, yeah.
um,
The new costumes and emotes as well.
So, what do you think of Blonde Tracer?
I like it. I think it looks cool.
I like it
Yeah.
in the sense of, but at the same time, I don't recognize it as Tracer. If that makes sense, it's like a massive
Okay.
change, but
Yeah.
it's like
It's very
it's still cool.
drastic because the whole hairstyle is different. I mean, a friend of mine literally said she looks like a character from Pokemon. I mean,
A little bit, yeah.
she could be Sparks, which is the team leader of Instinct in the Pokemon Go game, like the sister of him or the cousin or something like that. So yeah, just missing a Pikachu, literally.
I like the.
Hang on, we've just been reminded in chat
Oh.
that we didn't do the news alert.
The
We
news
didn't do-
alert.
It's time for news. Dun 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 dun. We didn't do Captain Scarlet news.
I told you we're not doing Captain Scarlet now. We're doing Stingray.
All right, Stingray news.
Well, but you ruined it now.
No,
No, I'll do it for. Stingray will come for headline of the week.
All right, you never know when Stingray's coming.
Anything
Yeah,
can happen in the next half hour.
with the anniversary event, they're unlocking all of the previous events as well.
Ooh,
So if you missed out on skin, you can get it during the anniversary.
that's cool.
And all of the other events as well. All the other Maze Yeti attack, the Junkenstein's thing will all be available.
That's
to
cool.
play as well, which is really cool.
Hopefully something new as well.
But they've added a new map.
Yeah. Rio?
Petra.
No.
Petra, isn't it?
Yeah, they showed it off last night during the Overwatch League games.
Okay.
And they also showed off Magician Symmetra.
Yes, she looks really cool.
Yeah. Looks like
someone said she basically looks like Satana from NPC,
I was trying to remember her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And one of the leaked ones was Doomfist in a suit. Well.
Yeah, he looks like a Bond villain. It's fantastic.
He does, actually.
It looks perfect. It's like I looked at it and went, yeah. But it needs Terry Crews.
It does.
I would pay if they did a DLC pack for charity with Terry Crews as Doomfist. That would sell.
Doomfist Doomfist loves yoga.
Did you see Terry Crews's internet with YouTube? You know, where he holds the signs up and says, "Does Terry Crews?" And then he pulls the thing off. Yeah, no, there was one question where it goes, "Why isn't Terry Crews Doomfist?" Nice. And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm really, really sad about it." And you're like, "Oh,
oh, everyone wants Terry Crews as Doomfist.
Yeah,
it's a must. Come on, Blizzard, just do it, please."
It would be good. Well, they added, so in League of Legends, there's a big international tournament that finished today.
Yeah,
it was MSI, the mid-season invitational.
Mm-hmm.
And during that period in the game, the main game announcer, depending on what region you play in, whether you play in Europe or America or whatnot, the voice changed to the casters that cast the games.
Oh wow!
So over in Europe, we got Quick Shot and Shocks doing. They did like funny announcement stuff. So instead of like, it comes at the end like, defeat. It's like, you suck. I think I finished.
Oh, lovely.
That was quite fun, and they're doing it as a trial to see like if people are interested in it, so they might carry on doing it for other events.
That's cool.
So also Sea of Thieves.
The next big update.
Yeah, well, not next, like the first big update. The Hungering Deep finally got a release date.
Yes.
Which is May 29th. So end of the month. So what, next week, week after? Where are we? 20. So week after next.
Week after next, yeah.
Yeah. So not this Tuesday after. Is the Hungering Deep. It's free expansion.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's going to be a Megalodon. Yeah. I know you're excited for Megalodon.
Yeah, because I wasn't terrified enough as open water anyway, so.
Let's have a giant shark in there as well.
Hey, the Kraken was nothing, It was
I'm surprised we haven't hit a Kraken yet.
We haven't. I have.
Yeah.
But
I
wasn't that worried about the Kraken.
Really?
Yeah, I was more worried. I'm getting more worried when I fire myself out of cannon and land myself in open water. I get more palpitations about that than anything else.
There's a game that will give you a heart attack actually coming out. I think it comes out this week. It's called Raft. So you you spawn on like a 4x4 raft in the middle of the ocean, and all you have is a hook, like a roadhog hook, to hook things in, and it's just like, okay, you're on a plank of wood, survive.
Oh, I think I've seen some videos of that one, because you can get attacked by sharks, isn't it? And they can actually start biting your rafts and everything. I was like, not really my kind of thing. Scott is flickering again.
Yep. I think I'm possessed.
Yeah, Scott's.
Or maybe it's your turn to be Mr. 56K.
I'm not good into that,
My internet has invaded you.
Oh no!
Oh,
spreading.
What have I become?
He's going crazy.
So, quick reminder for anyone going to MCM Comic Con this weekend. So, Custom House, as usual, is closed. on MCM weekend.
What a surprise!
What a surprise! So if you're going on DLR, you have to get off at Prince Regent. Is it Prince Regent Street?
Prince Regent,
Yep, Prince Regent.
It's only like a 5-minute walk from there, and it's pretty well signposted.
Walking is healthy.
Yeah. If they're doing the same thing as the other MCMs, you literally go from the back entrance, from the east entrance, I should say, to get inside of MCM rather than the west entrance, because that will just get clogged up really quickly.
Yeah.
But it's really weird because I actually went past Custom House today, and the DLR actually stopped there. So I'm thinking, like, what the hell?
It happens every year at MCM. It just closes on MCM weekend. It makes no sense. Although I did like the announcement from MCM about the closure.
Oh yes,
the Infinity War. Okay,
I don't think we talked about it yet.
Are we not there yet?
I still don't think we're there yet. Not until it finally. I think it's safe to say we can start talking about it when it leaves movie screens.
That's going to be months. It's going to be one of those films that's going to be in the cinema for months. Next week it'll be out for a month.
Okay, next week then.
Next week, all right.
Next week we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We've been trying to talk about it.
Marathon of all the spoilers.
I've heard fantastic
Joe will be back as well next week, so she'll be dying to talk about it as well.
Yes.
Well, next week we're going to be at MCM, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, the week after next. We'll probably have a few, maybe a little live stream to Facebook, which we'll upload to YouTube. But
we might do a few little videos during the days that I'll try and get up in the evening.
Right. You're a terrible person.
I know. I'm sorry, I've been busy.
No, you're not. I love you.
Yeah.
We don't talk as much.
So what have you done?
Can I leave? I mean, like, I feel like I'm being the third wheel here.
I mean, you can do, but it would just be me, Stuart, and the internet.
Hey, so what's everyone been watching? What's everyone been playing?
Playing?
Yeah.
Go on.
Hoi?
Hoi wasn't here last week. I know you've been playing Frostpunk.
Yes, she has.
How's that? How depressing is that going?
Really depressing, actually. I finished all 3 scenarios, but I messed up in the second scenario, and let's just say half the population died. I was like, oops.
You killed half the population?
Yeah, I did.
Did you send the children to work?
Yeah, have you put the children to work yet?
Actually, no. In all 3 scenarios, I managed to avoid using the children as labor.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah.
But I have to say that in the 3rd scenario, so many people fell sick. I'm thinking, like, holy crap, they're all, like, dropping like flies, literally. I was like, it's hard. It's really hard, but it's really good game. Nice. And the soundtrack is amazing.
Soundtrack is beautiful. Absolutely.
I mean, just the soundtrack and towards the end of the first scenario where you have to brace the storm, that is like best piece of music ever. Nice. In the whole soundtrack.
I've been sort of dipping in and out of Frostpunk. I haven't even got to the end of the first scenario yet.
No, same.
It's really good.
I've had like 2 or 3 sessions on it where I'm still trying to figure out what all I need to do.
Yeah, it's like optimize your path. Sort of
yeah, and it's like you kind of you try. What I end up doing in these kind of games. Same with They Are Billions. Did you ever play that?
No, but I remember you talking about it.
That's right. It's one of the strategy games where you literally have to try it about 3 or 4 times, fail, to then go right. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Here's my actual go to try and get through. That is a giant mug.
It really is a huge mug. What is it? Is it anything special, or is it just?
It's Thanos mug.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm not sure you can see it inside, but you can see the faces in there as well. Just about.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
That's really cute.
Yeah, you can buy it at the Disney store.
Nice.
Free promotion. Just kidding.
Sponsored by Disney. Not really sponsored by Disney.
We're not. We really wish, but we're not.
You've been playing State of Decay. Well, State of
Decay 2. Yep.
I'm looking at the moment.
Yeah, it's you can play 4 days early if you bought the Ultimate Edition. So you could play since Friday. Actual real release comes out on Tuesday, but it's okay. It's good. Really good if you like the first one. A lot of scavenging supplies, a lot of base management, which is a lot of the things people have been dying to improve on from the first game.
Right.
Still depressing. To like, I had to exile one of my group today And I was just like,
Oh.
yeah, you can exile as like part of your group only just because I rescued a guy right at the beginning. And I was like, right, I really need somebody who's like a decent carpenter to like build some structures for me in my colony. And I'm like, I haven't got enough beds or enough, and I'm losing too much food to keep this guy. And I'm looking at everyone's stats. I'm like, no, you're my like, squad leader. You've got all my military stats. You're my medicine person. You're definitely staying. And I get to this guy I rescued, and he's a lawyer, which didn't help. And I'm looking at his skills, and all his skills are terrible. And I'm like, and he just. And I was looking at it, and they've got things like little quirks now. Each character's like, oh, he's overly optimistic, which is like good for him because he never suffers like morale loss. But he pisses off everyone else because he's overly optimistic.
Everyone there's like just sort of, all right, it's all good. And he's like, let's do this, team.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, look, and he was. There's the way that they pre-generate characters. There's one character like design which is a hoodie. And you know those hoodies that have got the big long hoods that have like the eyes on the front, and then they've got like a big mouth that's like
Yeah.
He's wearing that, but he's a grown man with a mustache. And I'm like, I'm looking at him.
You don't exile him. You take him out back with the shotgun.
I'm like, I look at this guy. I'm like, you're gonna have to. I go on the menu screen, and I'm like, exile. I'm like, okay, it's gone. And it comes up going, cool. You've sent him to exile, but you still need to go to talk to him and tell him in person.
Oh,
I'm like, that's not nice, game. Because that's why I came into the menu to do it, and the game's like, nah, go do it yourself.
Saying you're fired.
So I sent Manny, who's my Hispanic man, to go and do it, and he's like, oh, essay, no problem, no stay.
Adios.
And he's like, oh man, how am I going to survive out there? I'm like, don't make this hard. I'm like, please, game. And he's like. And as he left, he went, well, it's your fault if anything happens to me. I'm like,
oh, that feels
you. I'm like, fuck you, get out of here.
Scott, drop the bomb.
I don't care. This guy deserves to die in a zombie apocalypse. I was like, look, my colony, you were pulling down everyone else. I had to make a tough choice.
Can you kill NPCs then, or your companions and stuff?
You can kill anyone.
So you could just take him out back with the shotgun.
There's like a plague mechanic in it now, where if they get the plague and you don't have the cure, because cures are really hard to come by, you can like put them down. It's like, look, I'm really sorry, but there's nothing we can do.
I'm really sorry.
So you kind of like point the gun, turn your head to look away. It's like, but it's really good. There's a couple of bugs at the minute.
Yeah, I hear it's quite buggy.
I haven't run into anything game breaking. It's mainly just clipping problems. It's like, I don't know, like I'll clip for a ladder. I'm like, cool, I just lost some health from fallout edge. That sucks, but it didn't break my game, so
yeah.
Which hopefully will get patched out. I mean, what game doesn't have bugs these days? So
yeah, that's true.
Well, and we've been playing a lot of the Division, haven't we?
Too much Division. Lots of Division. No, not enough Division, really.
Yeah. I think with the mission we did yesterday, I think we might have to grind a little bit now to do the next one.
I think
that was rough.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, because we've been playing a 4, so we have Stuart, Bobby, myself, and Jojo, and we don't want to level up our characters without each other. We're a squad of 4, and we're going to stay a squad of 4.
9-9.
9-9! And there's lots of Brooklyn 9-9 references in our things, which we should totally stream. We should need to start streaming it. But yeah, we've been having good fun. It's just been we whack every mission on hard because we like the challenge, but it makes it worth it. I think
it does. Like we did one mission yesterday. It was hard. It was so like the end bit we had to do about 10 times, something like that. We got it in the end. But it was, I deafened you. Oh yeah, we had a mechanic eventually of like buddy systems, so it would be Scott and Bobby are like our front assault people, and then so if one of them goes down, the other one hides so that the other one can crawl to them to revive, and then you've got me and Joe hanging back just in case they go down. They can die and then revive in 30 seconds, and then we're at the back sniping everyone, and I'm going full support. Jojo's going like pseudo support. She's going like support and assault at the same time, so we can heal them from a distance and heal ourselves. Like they've got turrets throwing everywhere, and it's kind of organized chaos, really.
We've had more hijinks than anything. That mission where I had to hold out on my own. And like because everyone died, I was the last one standing. I just needed to hold out, so because I'm the tank of the group. I have this storm shield which I can deploy, and but they have like what we call chargers, where each enemy faction has their own kind of type of charger, and the guys that we're fighting, they run at you with like storm shields and hand axes. And they just get up to you, and they can, and because we're playing on the hardest difficulty, if they hit you once, if you're not on like full life, you go down, but it only takes like 2 hits. And so like these guys go down, and I'm like trying to run away from these guys with hand axes, and I'm hiding in this corner, and eventually 2 guys come round with hand axes and try to like kill me. And because I'm in the corner, I'm just holding this storm shield going, please spawn, please. This guy's hammering on my storm shield, like, to get him, he's in there. I'm like,
we're like counting down our respawn time. It's like 5, 4, and he's just cowering in a corner like
I had nowhere else to go though. I
just have to say, Scott, your screen is absolutely going crazy. It's like a disco. Yeah. Literally. I don't know what's going on.
But yeah, it was so funny.
But we're playing a lot of.
We ran around the corner, and we just see him cowering in the corner. Just save me!
Hey, without me being alive, you would have failed that mission.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we've been playing a lot of it, and it's a lot of good fun. It's a lot of good fun. I've gone back to Final Fantasy 15.
Wow.
I've restarted it because I tried to start my save file again, and I'm like, I have no idea what's been happening, how I'm building my characters, who even are you. I just don't know anymore. So I started again because now I've got the lovely 4K monitor and the PS4 Pro.
Pretty.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, started it again, and gonna slowly dip into that while I'm taking a sort of murder break from God of War, which I think I'm almost finished with.
You know what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna play Persona.
You're gonna play something else and forget about God of War.
No, I'm gonna finish God of War.
And it will join the list of never-ending games which you never finish.
I'm gonna finish God of War.
I
think I'm nearly there, but it keeps doing that thing where you think you're almost there, and then catastrophe happens, and you're blown miles off course, and you end up in hell, and it keeps doing that thing. So that's getting a little annoying, but there are a lot of very good moments in it. Like the good moments definitely outweigh the bad moments.
Okay.
And as you can see in the background, very hefty God of War statue.
Hey.
It is so good.
Boy.
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 We should get like a speech bubble and just boy.
This is a post-it.
Yeah, just post it, boy, next to it. But yeah, very good game. And like I said, gone back to Final Fantasy 15, hoping to blitz through that. What's the average completion time on that? Like, how long does it take you guys to finish it?
I didn't play it because reasons.
We made it.
I didn't made it. That was Tabata-san, not me.
But you're an integral cog.
I just stared at it for 2 years, and I'm still staring at it.
Wow. So you're taking a good break from it, and then
I took my time with it. I took a break. I'm like with you. I took a break because I got frustrated with it.
Yeah.
I liked it, don't get me wrong, and I had to go back and force myself to finish it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I hated, there were so many things about it I didn't like. Like and I said that, I think I've said this maybe on a podcast before, where anywhere where if I find a dungeon in an RPG game, I'm like, and I go in and I'm like, wow, this is pretty tough. I'm like, but I'm getting good experience and I like the exploration. That's the reason why you go into dungeons. You're like, oh, what loot can I find? And I got all the way down this dungeon, killed a boss in the dungeon. I was like, wow, that was a really hard fight. Managed to do it. There were 2 bosses in that dungeon. One of like a big snake woman in the sewer. And then the final one was like this water dragon thing.
Nice.
And it was really good fun. Really, really enjoyed that dungeon. And I was like, cool. Came back out of the dungeon and only to go back to the town to say, oh, you have a hunt request, a monster request. Go kill the monster of that dungeon that you've just been to. And I'm like, but I've done it. Look, I've got the monster material to prove it. Like, nah, do it again. So I'm like, well, that sucks. I mean, I've done it, but go do it again. So I went and did it again. Luckily, I've unlocked a couple of the shortcuts in the dungeon, which, you know, aren't that short, but it made the journey quicker.
Knocks out a few bit. Yeah.
And I did it, killed the fight, go back again. I'm like, cool. I'm like, here's the monster, you know, killed it. It goes, cool, have some gil and some random items. I'm like, oh, that was worth it. But the experience was good, so fuck it. And then, here's a request from another NPC. Oh, you want an upgrade for your car? There's an item in a dungeon. It's like, if you can get the boss room to get that item, which doesn't spawn unless you have the quest.
Wow.
What is wrong with my camera? Stop.
Your camera is spazzing out.
I just took a Mario star. And
try just to disconnect, reconnect.
No.
We're just gonna get Disco Scott for the rest of the night.
Pretty much.
What is wrong with you?
No, I think he's just going into hyperdrive, really.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
No, it's the camera's broken. Cool. Well, no more. I don't think me for today. Like, I'll just be on voice.
Yeah. You can turn the camera.
I'm gonna turn the camera off.
Yeah. All right, we got vocal Scott.
Vocal me. Don't know what's up with that. Be gone.
So, what have you guys been watching recently?
Well, because I wasn't here last week, but I've been watching Megalobox. Yeah, it's a really interesting boxing anime. You can basically count it as like a sports anime. The style of it reminds you a bit of like Cowboy Bebop and stuff. So it has like that throwback nostalgia feel to it.
Okay.
But it's still very easy and good to fun to watch. And then I mean, like, if you like sports, if you like boxing, definitely give it a try.
Okay.
You kind of had me at Cowboy Bebop style. So all right, I'll give it a shot.
Good anime.
The twist in that one is like it's not just normal boxing, but like the people wearing like exoskeletons on the upper bodies to give them so they can fight each other. Yeah, so it's like almost assisted kind of boxing, but like each fighter has different stuff and gear and everything. And so it's interesting to watch just how the main guy deals with that basically. Is it
like currently airing or is it already been shown?
It's still ongoing. I think it's on episode 7 right now.
Okay.
So
cool. I'm guessing Crunchyroll.
I don't have Crunchyroll, so I don't know if it's actually on there or not. I'm using some other service to watch animes.
Cool. I'll have a look. Scott, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching, Stuart? Well, we've been watching Thunderbirds Are Go season 3, which Joe and I still watch because reasons. No, it's really good. No, we're really, really good. Still as gritty third season, which is nice. Joe finally got to see her favorite character back into it for all of 2 minutes, which was enjoyable to me.
So at least we know the clone date works. You know.
The cloning data, yeah, obviously, because they're getting cloned now. Spoilers.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really, really good. Really, really enjoy it, and I know we're coming up to the break soon because they usually cut their series and bring it back at September time.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get the big kind of conclusion because the story's kind of building up now. So, but it's for a kids show, like not bad.
American style sort of mid-season finale sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nice. So we actually found a new show called The Good Place. It's done by the same company that do Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
So it's Michael Schur, I think his name is. And it's got Kristen Bell and Ted Danson in it. And it's all about Kristen Bell's character who dies and goes to the good place, which is their equivalent of kind of the afterlife, where when you die, all of your good deeds and bad deeds have a number attached to them. And if you get above a certain amount, then you go to the good place. If you get below a certain amount, you go to the bad place. And in the good place, it's just like a utopia. You know, you're everything there is happy, everything's what you want it to be, and you're like partnered up with your soulmate. And it's all about like Kristen Bell's character who dies and goes to the good place, but then you find out that she's not meant to be there. She's actually she's actually a very bad person. And some like clerical error has put her in the good place. And every time she does a bad thing, it starts to destroy the world. So she has to pretend to be a good person. And her soulmate is he was a college professor of ethics. So he's trying to teach her ethics of being a good person.
He's trying to be a morally correct, basically.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
So does it mean that the soulmate that you encounter in the good place is not exactly the same person you get married or have a relationship with in your life?
No, it's like...
That's a bit depressing, Hoi.
It's always like the...
I mean,
your
I'm curious.
Soulmate sort of thing. It does explain it in the show. I can't remember the exact way they described it. But because it's like, of all the people across the world, this is the person who is meant for you, sort of thing.
What if you got to heaven and you were like, oh, but he's like waiting for my wife, and then I'm like, oh, this is your soulmate. I'm like, that's not my wife. I feel bad. I feel like, man. I mean, I've got my soulmate, so I'm fine. I met Stuart a long time ago, so.
I'm telling Jojo.
No, actually, not on this episode, so it's fine. What happens on the podcast stays on the podcast.
And the but no, the Good Place. Apparently, there's a huge twist at the end of season 1.
Now I know there's a twist.
There's 2 series out at the moment, and it's absolutely brilliant. Like, I've never been a huge fan of Ted Danson. Like, Cheers was alright and stuff like that, but his comic timing is so good in The Good Place. It's on Netflix in the UK, both series, and it's absolutely brilliant. Because Brooklyn Nine-Nine is finishing this week, so if you're looking for the same kind of comedy, then definitely check out A Good Place. Very good place. Where's my mouse gone? Where is it? There it is. Right. There it is. Scott, do you want to do the Stingray headline? Wow, that really sucked.
You know what? I totally forgot about it.
And, the language.
Next time.
Next time.
Right, you know what? Next time you have something better. I'll think of it.
Soundboard next time.
God, soundboards.
Can you? I want to play. You know the sad song that plays in JD's head in Scrubs. That's how you made me feel.
But yeah, so who put in this headline?
That was me.
All right.
Yeah. Well, this week's headline is a guy finds a squirrel had been stashing their nuts. And
I've just seen the picture.
Yeah, so basically a guy is driving his car and he realized like, oh, there's a really weird sound coming from the engine. So when he stops it, pops the hood, but does he find 50 pounds of pine cones in his engine?
These nuts.
50 pounds is like what? 20...
That's incredible.
How much? 20 kgs maybe or
50
something?
Hang on.
I don't do pounds. I only know kgs and stuff. So
what's pound? Oh, it's LB, isn't it?
Yeah.
50 pounds a kilo. It's 22 kilos.
Jesus
22 kilos of pine
cones in there. So yeah, he had the task to remove them, but even after removing the majority of them, there's still so many wedged inside that he cannot reach them. So a mechanic will have to go in there and try to locate all the nuts and remove the nuts.
Is it literally every free space in the engine bay was filled?
Literally, like they really rammed it full of nuts.
That's amazing. I found a headline this week actually I meant to put it in. I completely forgot. It was a woman in China found out that her dog wasn't a dog. It was in
It was a
fact
bear.
it was a mastiff. Is that how you pronounce it? Mastiff? Mastiff?
Master,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure, why not?
Yeah. And they're pretty big dogs to begin with.
Yeah, the
And-
Tibetan Master ones, yeah.
Yeah. But she found out it wasn't a mastiff. It was a dog. No, it was a bear. It was a black bear. Like, how do you mistake those?
How do you not notice? I mean, the paws are already just different if you look at them. And then, like, it's a black bear. Mastiff. Black bear. Mastiff. But wait, at what point did she actually realize it wasn't a mastiff?
Probably when it nibbled her arm off.
Oh, it looks pretty massive.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out. Bye.
that joke was unbearable.
Oh.
Oh.
That was good. So upcoming event. So next week.
I'm out.
Next week is MCM London at the Excel Centre.
You don't say.
Going from Friday to Sunday. I think everyone's going to be there. All of us gonna be there?
Pretty much,
Everyone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most of Renegade's going to be there. I spent the last month building the costume, thermoplasticking my fingers together. Yeah, water hurts when it attaches to your fingers.
Yeah, because you're not meant to attach it to your fingers.
It got hot. Shut up. It was the only way I could get it attached. I had to hold it and heat it, and I'm like, now it's stuck. And did not end well. So yeah, most of us
Just
going
have
to
a
be
for
there.
your art.
Yeah. Most of us going to be there. Like I said, Custom House is closed for the weekend, so get off at the stop before and walk it.
Yeah, depending on where you go or where you're staying at as well. It's like if you're close to if you stay in the Ibis, Novotel, and Crown Plaza, get off the Queen Victoria station. Queen Victoria? Yeah. I think it's Queen Victoria. Wait. It's Royal Up? No, it's not Royal, but good lord. I can't remember which station it was.
Quick,
Basically the one before Custom Extra. If you're in the Novotel and the Premier Inn and everything, then Prince Regent is closer to that one.
Cool. After that is middle of July. You've got Hyper Japan at Olympia, and LFCC. Is that the week after or 2 weeks? That's 2 weeks after. Also at Olympia. I think they're starting to announce the guest list for LFCC at the moment. I saw a few guest lists there. A few guests pop up saying they're going to be there. And the same weekend, you've got MCM Manchester up at Manchester Central. You've got RTX London at the XL, 15th to 16th of September. I know I'm going to be there. I think you're not going to be there, are you, Scott?
No.
You guys went last year. I think Luke's going to be there this year.
I think he's going. Yeah, he said he
I know
will.
me and Luke are going. And then the week after that, up in Birmingham at the NEC, you've got EGX, Eurogamer Expo. That's always a lot of fun. If you can get tickets to that, it's always a good time.
Yeah.
And
I have to do it early, yeah, because they sell out really quick.
Yeah, I think there's a few tickets left. Actually, there's one event that is coming up in a few weeks that I think we should do something for is E3. We should do some sort of stream for that, I guess. Because that's going to be good. Actually, Square Enix announced that they're having their own little press conference for E3, which should be fun. So Kingdom Hearts release date, I'm guessing Tomb Raider stuff as well.
Probably Avengers stuff as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you got the Square Enix Avengers game. I keep forgetting about that. Isn't that
So
that's also being done by Chris Dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guys who bought Tomb Raider Back to Life. But yeah, so we don't actually have any questions this week.
No questions this week.
No questions this week.
Oh well.
Sad
Maybe
questions.
next week or the week after.
Yep. So if you do have any questions for us, leave it in the comments. Leave us a message somewhere, or if you just know us, just ask us. I think that's it for this week.
Scott is gone. There is
Scott-
only Zoom.
There's only freaky,
You wish.
there's
You
only
wish.
freaky RR floating pulsing thing.
Yeah.
So
Or
yeah,
maybe he was an android all along. I was like,
The imposter is a
um,
phantom.
you've got Becoming Human coming out this week.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
good.
It looks interesting.
Yeah,
The same
I
guys that
pre-ordered
did, you
Oh, you
pre-ordered?
pre-ordered it.
yeah,
nice.
I played the demo and it's really good.
When you do, you should do a recording. We'll whack it up on the site.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try.
Oh,
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
I
we did.
remember my stream didn't really do well in terms of quality, isn't it? So it was a bit like,
Point.
What I can do is I can just hit the record button, share button on the PS4, record for an hour, make sure I share the voice, and then I can upload it on YouTube and stuff, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, chuck it my way. I'll
Yeah, chuck it to Stuart.
see what I can
I
do.
leave you to all the editing stuff because I might swear or not. I mean, I try not to, but no promises.
Captain America will be coming out. Don't worry.
Good old Captain America,
Language.
always reliable.
So yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Hey.
Like I said, we might not be back next week due to MCM.
Yep,
Yep.
but we
Um,
will probably post something.
Yeah,
So-
we'll put a few things
Yeah.
up.
Probably do a daily rundown or a weekend rundown.
Yeah, it's what we did last week.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, we might not see you next week, but we'll definitely see you week after.
Woo! And on that note,
Right.
well,
Take care,
see you then.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
bye.